today's video, we're going to be going over one of VR's newest and most exciting up-and-coming racing games, RaceClub. Now, while on YouTube and other social medias, I come across an ad for an up-and-coming race car game called RaceClub. So out of curiosity, I went ahead and I joined their Discord. Now, after joining their Discord, I just sat there for a while just waiting for the game to come out. But before the game actually released and came out, they decided to have a play test. So they've gone ahead and they've given me an access code to play the alpha, or you might call it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was super skeptical at first, but after playing it myself, I actually had a good time, and I'll explain why. Now, RaceClub focused on the Formula 1 side of racing, not street racing, not drifting, not even NASCAR, but Formula 1. And although it is Formula 1 based and I'm not a huge fan of it myself, I still had a really good time. Now, when you first hop into the game, it actually looks really good, pretty good actually, I can't lie. The user interface, very well made. The start menu is very well made, even all the way down to the car customization, which I'll get into later. Now, although I think the menu looks super well done, it brings me to my next point, which I think is a con of the game: no multiplayer yet. Now, I know this is in testing and it is a pre-build, but again, a racing game without multiplayer, especially VR, I just feel like there's something big missing there. Now, although multiplayer is missing right now, I have talked to the developer and they said that there will be multiplayer in the future, and they're actually looking to push that out as soon as possible. So if you're okay playing this game without multiplayer for now, just getting used to the wheel, getting used to the way the cars drive, and actually getting good before other players are able to hop in your lobbies, then you might actually enjoy this. Now, although I was upset that there was no multiplayer from the get-go, because I'm more of a multiplayer enjoyer myself, this game still had a lot to offer, and a lot more to offer than I was expecting, to be honest. Now, when you first hop into the car, you'll see that you have a fully functional steering wheel, and I mean, this is fully functional. There's buttons that you can press. Steering wheel moves fluently with the hands, whether you want to grab it one hand, both hands. The steering wheel works really well, especially with this type of car and this type of experience. Even when you're racing, you'll get the vibration of the race, rather going fast, slow, and that vibration really makes you feel like you're in the cockpit of the vehicle. Now, although the steering wheel is super interactive, the cockpit itself, there was a few extra buttons off to the side, but they didn't really do anything, so you couldn't do anything with that. I don't know if that's a problem for a lot of people, but for me, it wasn't, just because the steering wheel itself gave me so many options and such an immersive feel that I actually wasn't tripping about the extra buttons that I couldn't touch or do stuff with. Now, I think there might be something later on added in the settings to where you can get rid of this problem, but for some reason, when you're in the cockpit and you're racing, you have a plethora of things just in front of you, and they're not really obstructing your view. But again, I want to be immersed and feel immersed in the racing experience, and just having all these floating screens in front of me did not give me that experience at all. And I feel like even if they didn't affect the immersiveness of the drive, even then they're just unnecessary. I don't really need to know what hot lap I'm in, or who I'm getting close to, or all that extra tidbit of information off to the side. I don't really need to know all that while I'm racing, and I can see my gears, I can see when to change gears, all at the top of the steering wheel, even on the steering wheel screen interface. I don't need all this extra stuff off to the side in the front while I'm racing. And again, this is just a pre-build, so they might give you the option to take that off, but currently I went through all the options and I did not see an option to take that off, and it was kind of irritating. So, but if you're willing to look past that, you have this super good driving experience, especially when it comes to shifting gears. You have the ability to shift the gears with either your buttons or your analogs. Again, automatic or manual. I played both. I had a super great time playing with the automatic, and I had a super fun time driving manual. Both of those experiences were really well, in my opinion. Again, the cars feel super smooth. I feel like I'm actually racing in a Formula 1 race when I'm looking around and I'm looking at my ghost opponents, and I'm getting ready to collide with them and stuff like that. Now, if you can get past those extra panels off to the side, the racing experience itself is super immersive and done really well. I think this actually might be one of the best VR racing games out there literally right now only because of how the driving feels. I don't think I've played any other game where the driving felt as fluid or even as well, even when you have to use your virtual controllers. It doesn't have hand tracking at the moment, and I don't believe you can use your steering wheel and pedals. That's another con that I saw that people had within the Discord, is that they weren't able to connect their physical steering wheels that they might use with their other racing sims, other racing games. Again, this is a pre-build. A lot of options aren't there, and I'm not trying to take up for the game. I just think, again, it's a really good experience, and little stuff like that can be added later. Now, if you don't mind racing by yourself and doing laps around the track by yourself, then this is literally the perfect experience for you as of right now. But again, if you're looking for that multiplayer experience, I think this game does fall short of that. And even outside the multiplayer experience, there's even certain single player experiences within the game that I feel like should have been there but aren't yet, like going to the pit to get your tires changed, get maintenance done on your car. I was racing on a ghost track, and I saw a car going to the pit, so the next lap I came around and tried the same thing, and nothing was there. I don't know if they plan on implementing that. I haven't heard anything about that, but I feel like in a Formula 1 dream, or any racing game at that matter, it should have a functional pit with a functional crew. And I would actually like to see the idea of a pit crew and their uniforms match the Formula 1 cars. You're able to fully customize your vehicle how you please, rather it be with the colors and the sponsors that are shown on your Formula 1 car. Rather be a burger joint, a computer company, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more added as time progresses. Again, this is a pre-build of the game, but if you're able to implement that car customization, have it match your pit crew, and then when you go to your pit crew, that would be a great experience, I believe, for not only Formula 1 drivers, but just, again, people who like racing games altogether. Unfortunately, though, I feel like that's where the customization ends. You don't get to customize your driver, you don't get to customize the tires, the type of engine, the type of brakes. You're not customizing your pit crew if you have one down the line. There's just a lot I feel like is missing when it comes as far as customization when it comes to this game. Now, don't get me wrong, although you're not able to use your steering wheel, or there's certain settings and options that are just not applicable yet that are there, you're still going to have a great time playing this game for any car enthusiast or anybody who just likes driving games as a whole. Okay, this isn't just a game for those who are interested in Formula 1 or even NASCAR, but for those who just want to feel like they're actually driving a car in that racing experience. The audio is there, the feel of the steering wheel when you're turning, the shifting the gears, the seeing the laps, hearing the crowd, it's all there with this game, and I honestly enjoyed it. Now, there's not a lot to talk about here just because it is a pre-build and it is just another racing game. So with that being said, I really hope you do enjoy this video and this review. I am not paid for or sponsored by RaceClub in any way, even though they were nice enough to give me a pre-access code. This is my full opinion on the game, my own opinion, unpersuaded in any way. So again, I hope you learned something from it. I hope you actually give the game a try yourself once it releases, and I hope you have a good day. If you liked the video, if you learned anything or felt like this was insightful, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. See you later.